Hi, I'm Dr. Celia and unfortunately your son Louis has been diagnosed with Tay Sachs disease. To learn about Tay Sachs disease, some of the symptoms you should be expecting are deafness, decreased eye contact or blindness, loss of muscle strength, delayed mental and social skills, dementia, increased startle reaction, irritability, listlessness, loss of motor skills, seizures, and slow growth. Tay Sachs cannot be cured, but it can be made so the patient is living comfortably. Medications can be used to control your seizures, and other treatments can include proper nutrition and hydration. Your child may eventually need feeding tubes. This is a normal child with Tay Sachs. The reason a brain with Tay Sachs becomes enlarged because of the fluid that builds up in the brain over time because of a mutated gene. Here is a brain with Tay Sachs, and here is a brain without Tay Sachs. I'm very sorry, but the life expectancy for a child with Tay Sachs is only 5 years old. Your child will probably die before age 5. I'm sorry.
Hello, I am molecular scientist Sara. I'm sorry to hear about your child Louis being diagnosed with Tay Sachs disease. Tay Sachs is caused by an inherited deficiency of one of the enzymes in charge of removing sugar from the fat cells in the brain. If the enzyme is defective, the fat builds up on the brain and kills brain cells. Researchers still do not know how and why the enzyme destroys the actual brain cells. The defect in chromosome 15 causes the genetic DNA or recipe to create non-working enzymes. 3 genes must interact to remove the sugar properly: hexaminidase A and hexaminidase B, which produce the A and B subunits of hexaminidase A, and the GM2A, whose protein product activates hexaminidase A. Mutations that significantly reduce the activity in these genes can cause Tay Sachs disease. This disease is usually found in Jewish families. There are 78 mutations on the hexaminidase A gene, which means that there are 78 things wrong with the DNA lettering. There are 65 single base substitutions, which means that a letter is switched from the genetic code. There is 1 large and 10 small deletions, which means there is 1 big group of letters that have been taken out and 10 one-set letters that have been taken out, which causes the code to be moved off from where it is supposed to be. And there are 2 small insertions, which means 2 letters are added into the code. This is what a healthy neuron looks like, and this is what a neuron with Tay Sachs disease looks like. As you can see, the neuron with Tay Sachs disease has bulging lysosomes, which cause the neuron to be defective.
I'm Becca, your genetic counselor.
I will be here to help give more information on the inheritance of Tay Sachs. Tay Sachs is on chromosome number 15, and it is autosomal recessive. It can be detected before birth. People most affected by it are the European Jews. 1 in every 27 of them have it. 1 in every 50 Irish Americans are a carrier for Tay Sachs, and 1 in every 250 people are a carrier for Tay Sachs. This is a Punnett square replicating your situation. Because your child has Tay Sachs and both you and your husband don't, means that each of you are a carrier. Big T represents the normal gene. The little t represents the Tay Sachs mutated gene. If you have other children, you have a 25% chance of having another child with Tay Sachs. You have a 25% chance of having a child who is unaffected, and 50% chance of having children who are both carriers of the gene. This is a pedigree of you and your family. This is your husband, and this is you. You both are carriers of Tay Sachs disease. This is your affected son, Louis. This is your unaffected daughter. If she marries somebody who is a carrier of Tay Sachs, they will either have children who are carriers or children who are unaffected. This is your carrier daughter. If she marries somebody who is unaffected, she will also have carrier children or unaffected children. But if she marries somebody who is a carrier of Tay Sachs, she will be in the same situation as you, having a 25% chance of having a child who has Tay Sachs, 50% chance of having children who are carriers, and a 25% chance of having a child who is unaffected.